Do you ever want to tell someone your plans in English, but you don't know the right words? Like, someone asks you, "What are you doing this weekend?" And you just freeze?
Yeah, you know exactly what you want to say in your language, but in English, nothing comes out. It's so frustrating.
We know that feeling, and that's exactly why we're here. This is English conversation practice for beginners.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Easy English Podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah. So happy you're here with us today.
If you're new here, hi. This channel is all about helping you speak English, real English, like normal people speak every day.
Not textbook English, not boring grammar rules, just real conversation, like this one.
Exactly. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's go.
Okay, so today's topic is talking about your plans in English.
Ooh, I love this topic because this comes up every single day, right?
Every day, someone at work asks, "What are you doing tonight?" Or a friend says, "Do you have plans this weekend?" You need to answer. You need words.
And if you don't have the words, it feels really awkward. You just smile and nod and hope they stop asking.
Yes, we've all done that. But after today, you won't need to do that anymore.
By the end of this video, you'll be able to talk about your plans in English. Simple, clear, confident.
Let's start.
All right, so let's just talk, like normal. Okay, Sarah, what are you doing tonight?
Oh, tonight? I'm going to cook dinner at home.
Nice. Are you cooking something special?
No, nothing special, just pasta. Simple.
I love pasta. Okay, so everyone, did you hear that? Sarah said, "I'm going to cook dinner." That's the phrase, I'm going to.
I'm going to. This is one of the most useful phrases in English. You use it when you have a plan, something you decided before.
For example, I'm going to watch a movie tonight. I'm going to call my friend. I'm going to sleep early.
See? Simple, short, easy.
You can say so much with just, I'm going to.
Okay, let's do another one. Mike, what are you doing this weekend?
This weekend, I'm going to visit my parents.
Oh, nice. Where do they live?
Not far, maybe 1 hour from here. So yeah, I'm going to drive there on Saturday.
That sounds really nice. Family time is important.
It really is. Okay, so again, you heard me say, I'm going to visit my parents, and I'm going to drive there. Same structure. I'm going to plus a verb.
The verb is the action. Cook, watch, visit, drive, sleep, call.
I'm going to plus the action. That's it. That's the formula.
Let's slow down for just a second, because this is really important.
Yeah, let's break it down.
So, in English, when we talk about future plans, things we decided already, we use going to.
You can say the full form, I am going to cook, or the short form, I'm going to cook. In conversation, we almost always use the short form.
Right. Nobody says, "I am going to" every time. It's always, "I'm going to." It's faster, more natural.
And sometimes, in very casual speech, people even say, I'm gonna, G-O-N-N-A, I'm gonna cook dinner.
Yes, you'll hear gonna a lot in movies, songs, TV shows. It just means going to.
So you have three options. I am going to, I'm going to, or I'm gonna. All the same meaning.
For now, practice with "I'm going to." That's the clearest and most correct for beginners.
Perfect. Let's keep going.
Okay, so we know how to say our plans, but what about asking someone else about their plans?
Good point. Because conversations go both ways, right?
Exactly. So the most common question is, what are you going to do?
Or, even simpler, what are your plans?
Or, do you have any plans?
Let's practice these. I'll ask you some questions, and you, yes, you watching, try to answer in your head before Sarah answers, okay?
Good idea. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay. Sarah, do you have any plans for tomorrow?
Yeah, actually. I'm going to go to the gym in the morning, and then I'm going to meet a friend for lunch.
Oh, fun. Where are you going to eat?
I don't know yet. Maybe a cafe near my house?
Sounds good. Okay, did you notice something? Sarah used going to twice. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to meet a friend.
And Mike asked, "Where are you going to eat?" Same structure, but as a question.
To make a question, you just move are to the front. You are going to eat becomes where are you going to eat?
Easy change. Just move are to the beginning.
Let's do one more. Sarah, what are you going to do this summer?
Ooh, good question. I'm going to travel. I'm going to visit a new country.
Wow, really? Where are you going to go?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe Portugal or maybe Japan. I can't decide.
I have the same problem. Too many places I want to go.
Right? The world is too big and life is too short.
Okay, let's talk about something Zal just said.
She said, I'm not sure yet. That's a really useful phrase.
Yes, because sometimes you have a plan, but the details aren't decided, and that's totally normal.
So you can say, I'm not sure yet, or I don't know yet, or maybe, and then your idea.
For example, what are you going to do tonight? I'm not sure yet. Maybe watch TV.
Or, what are you going to eat? I don't know yet. Maybe pizza.
Simple, honest, natural.
You don't need a perfect answer. Real people say, I'm not sure all the time.
Okay, let's look at some different situations where you might talk about your plans.
Situation 1. At work or school, someone asks you, do you have plans after class today? What do you say?
You can say, yes, I'm going to study at the library. Or, I'm going to go home and rest. Or, no, I don't have any plans. I'm going to relax.
See? All easy. All using going to.
Situation 2. With friends. Your friend calls you and says, hey, what are you doing this Saturday? What do you say?
You could say, I'm going to have dinner with my family. Or, I'm going to watch the football game. Or, I'm not sure yet. What about you?
Oh, I love that last one. I'm not sure yet. What about you? It's a great way to keep the conversation going.
It's called bouncing the question back. You're not avoiding it, you're being friendly and curious.
Situation 3. Making plans together. This is fun. Mike, do you want to go out this weekend?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to do?
I'm going to the market on Saturday morning. Do you want to come?
Saturday morning. What time are you going to go?
Around 10 o'clock.
Okay, I'm going to come with you.
Perfect. See you Saturday.
Great. So in that little conversation, we made a plan together. We used going to the whole time. I'm going to go to the market. What time are you going to go? I'm going to come with you.
It's always the same structure, and the more you use it, the more natural it feels.
Okay, it's practice time. This is your moment. We're going to say some sentences, and we want you to say them too, out loud. Don't be shy. Nobody's listening except you.
Saying things out loud is so important. It helps your mouth get used to English, so please say it with us.
Ready? Let's go. Repeat after me.
I'm going to cook dinner tonight.
I'm going to visit my family this weekend.
What are you going to do tomorrow?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe go for a walk.
I'm going to meet a friend for coffee.
Do you have any plans for the weekend?
I'm going to watch a movie tonight.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know yet. Maybe stay home.
Great job. Seriously, if you said those sentences out loud, you're already practicing like a real English speaker.
And if you said them quietly in your head, that's okay too. But next time, try out loud. It really makes a difference.
Okay, before we go, a couple of small tips that make a big difference.
Tip 1. Use time words. They make your sentences clearer and more natural.
Words like tonight, tomorrow, this weekend, next week, in the morning, in the evening, on Saturday.
So instead of just, I'm going to cook, you say, I'm going to cook tonight. Much better.
Tip 2. Add a little detail, just one small thing.
So instead of, I'm going to go out, say, I'm going to go out with my friend, or I'm going to go out for dinner.
One extra word makes it sound so much more natural.
And tip 3, it's okay to pause. It's okay to think. Real people pause when they talk.
You don't have to answer immediately. A small, or let me think is totally fine.
In fact, we did that in this video. Did you notice? Mike said, before answering. That's natural.
English speakers do it all the time. It's not a mistake. It's just thinking out loud.
Okay, here's our question for you today, and we really want you to answer this in the comments. Tell us, what are you going to do this weekend? Write it in the comments. Use I'm going to and tell us your plan.
It doesn't have to be exciting. I'm going to clean my house. I'm going to sleep a lot. I'm going to study English. All great answers.
We read every comment, and we love seeing your English practice. So please, write something, even one sentence.
And if you see someone else's comment, say something nice. We have a really kind community here.
The best place on the internet, honestly.
Agreed. All right, that's it for today's episode of Easy English Podcast.
You did so well. Seriously, if you watched this whole video, that is something to be proud of.
Learning a language is not easy. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes showing up again and again.
And you showed up today. That means something.
So keep going, keep practicing. Even 5 minutes a day makes a big difference over time.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It really helps our channel grow and helps more people find us.
And subscribe if you haven't already. We post new episodes regularly, and we don't want you to miss them.
We'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.